This is Adobe Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator looks a lot like Photoshop. It looks a lot like InDesign. Adobe Illustrator is a program that's used for vector illustration or drawing. A lot of times we use it to create logos or other types of imagery, really clean illustration. It's a beautiful program and I love working with it a lot. So you'll notice Illustrator looks like Photoshop. You have tools just like Photoshop. If you hover over them, you will see that it comes up with the name of each tool. Each one has a little arrow if there are tools behind those tools. So if I click and hold, I can see that there are tools behind those tools. So, and every time I select a tool, I have options up here to work more specifically with that tool. Again, just like Photoshop. You have windows over here, just like Photoshop. You've got tabs up here. Again, if any window ever goes away, just go to the window tab and turn it back on again. So this program comes down really to one tool in particular, and that's called the pen tool. So if you understand the pen tool, you understand Illustrator. Yes, there's a lot you can do with it. However, it is all really kind of comes down to this. And so let me just share with you guys vector illustration for a moment. So I just Googled the term vector illustration. And what you're looking at when you look at these types of things is every shape is filled with one single color. And that's how this program works. Sometimes you can put gradients in it, but every shape is filled with a single color. And that's true for all of this stuff. So all this vector illustration, this has gradients in it. I see there's some gradients in it, but again, the gradient is in one single shape for everything that we see that's drawn in here. So it's really, really clean way of illustrating. Some really beautiful things that you can do with it. Even this, look at the highlights and look at the shadows, a single color and a single shape for every single thing. Also, when we look at logo design is also done in the same way. So if I just take, well, I really could take any of these, but let's see here. Well, let's look at this. So look at Starbucks logo. It's a single shape with a single color. Single shape with a single color. 7-Eleven, same for all of these types of things. Yes, again, you can put gradients and stuff, but logo design has a lot to do with vector illustration. It's always done in vector format. So we see a single color and a shape, single color and a single shape. So the way this program works, again, is using the pen tool. So what you see here, this is the color of the pen, and this is the color of the fill. So if I make a shape outlined in a certain color versus I fill that shape with a certain color, I can change what those are. So if I take the pen tool and I click, and I just click around, I can make a shape. I notice that I've used black as the stroke. I see it there. It's also filled with white. If I double click the white, I can pick a new color. So whatever I want it to be. So maybe I'll go with the blue. So now it's filled with blue. So that's the pen tool. There's more to do with it than just that, but let me share a few more things with you. The black arrow, the selection tool, moves an entire shape. The white arrow moves anchor points. That's everywhere I click. So if I deselect it, so nothing is selected, and I hover over, I can see that I find the point. And with the white arrow, I can click and drag those points to manipulate my shapes. And after drawing in a series of shapes, you end up with illustration. So to just click is how you make straight-sided shapes. If I click and drag, I get curves. And when I'm dragging, I see that I get these blue lines coming out of the sides. Those are called handles. So when I click and drag, I'm getting curves. And those handles I can come back and manipulate later. So again, with a white arrow, the black arrow moves the whole thing, but the white arrow moves the point, or it moves the handle. And that's how I can manipulate how my curves look. So you'll notice if I grab one half of the handle, it moves the other half. So behind the pen tool is this tool called the anchor point tool, and that allows me to move the other half of a handle. Or to remove handles, I click it, or to drag out new handles, again using this tool. So between the pen tool and the anchor point tool, you can do pretty much everything that you want to do in this program. So again, I can just double click, fill it with a color, and that's what I got. So you can also draw with shapes. I can draw with rectangles or ellipses. So maybe this is maybe this is this dude's eye, and here's his eyeball, or so forth. And we start to create characters or whatever it is that we're trying to do. But again, the black arrow moves the element, the white arrow moves the anchor points within that, and that is a general overview of Adobe Illustrator.